Monica!
Hello, stranger. How are you?
Great! It's so nice to see your face.
I know
It's,
yours too. I only usually get to see it once or twice a year, and without Summit, it's been like, it's great to
yeah,
see the
yeah,
family that I normally get to run the halls and say hi
yeah.
to.
And I think if I think back, the time that I remember meeting you, and maybe it wasn't the first time we met, but it was the time we probably chatted the most. It was it was at Summit at the Sheraton, and there's that breakfast place. And I can't remember the name of that breakfast place, but well, it's a restaurant. But I think it was probably there we took over some tables, and I
The
think
Daily Grill.
the Daily Grill. That's right. I think that's probably the time we talked the most.
Yeah.
But seeing you at the Pass Summit in the halls, and there were probably some business meetings we were in for past business and stuff, for the volunteer stuff that we do. But yeah, yeah. So
And I
yeah,
think it's funny that you said, maybe not the first time we met, because I feel like I meet everybody multiple times in every year, right? I'll
yeah,
go and say, hey, I'm Monica or SQL Espresso or whatever. And they're like, yeah, I just met you last night. I'm like, darn it. Or I met you because you see so many faces that,
yeah,
yeah, same thing.
yeah.
So we probably met a few times before we had that breakfast.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it. And what was the first pass that you went to?
2011.
2011. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
for
you had been
me,
a veteran by then, but
yeah,
2011 for me.
yeah, it was 2000 for me. And so it's hard to remember when people started coming, and but yeah, no, it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, and your career has taken off, and you're and I didn't even know you're in Virginia. Is that right?
I am. I'm in the Virginia Beach area.
Virginia
So
Beach.
yes, my career took off massively once I got involved with the past community and Summit. It's like there was a whole new world that I had no idea, and it just kind of skyrocketed from there. Once you get involved, it was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. No, tell me, are you an accidental DBA? Did you come from another world?
So I was the lone DBA for the Port of Virginia for 12 years,
Okay.
straight out of college. Got my first job the week before I graduated and took over from there. So after 12 years of doing that, I met Rie Irish, and
Okay.
she opened my world to, hey, I should be doing a lot more. And I met her in 2012, right after my first summit. And
Okay.
she said, you need to apply for a job and turn off your phone. I'm like, what? And she was right. My phone exploded. So it was great. I moved on from there. And then from that job, I met, Denny. Denny gave me a phone call and said, hey. And then I entered the consultant world, and I'll never look back. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, wow, this you are unique. Someone who right out of college is like, I'm
Oh,
going to be a
yeah.
DBA.
I
Wow.
learned SQL Server on the fly with the whole port by myself under these hands and hoping and praying that I got it. So Twitter
Uh-huh.
was my coworkers for years and years and years. Every troubleshooting thing I had to do, I turned to everybody on Twitter and
Hashtag
made my way
SQL
to
SQL
SQL Server.
help. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. That's how I did it.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat. It's something that I scratched my head on too long. I go, what am I doing? I've got some friends I can chat with. They're out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
24 hours a day, you could get help. The
Yeah.
port would be down in the middle of the night. And I'm like, oh my God, help me. And
Yes, someone's
yeah,
up in Europe somewhere, and they're
exactly.
monitoring things. Yeah, they're there for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yep.
it's
So I
amazing
used it
community.
for sure.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So you're doing a pre-con. What's the pre-con session on?
It's performance tuning and optimization.
Woohoo!
I love performance tuning. You get the immediate woohoo when something works or goes faster or whatever, and I just thrive on it. I love it. So,
Yeah.
8 hours or whatever the amount of time of me talking about performance tuning and everything that I learned and all the knobs and whistles and everything that you can do to make things go faster. So, yeah,
Woohoo! All right. So is it the Monday or the Tuesday for your set
it's
pre-con?
Monday.
Okay.
It's Monday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
first thing Monday, we kick it off.
All right.
So, yeah.
And so some things you'll be talking about then for
Configuration, I'm going to dig into what you should be turning on, what you shouldn't be turning on, some misconceptions that people have, some of the things that I walk into as a consultant that I know right away I can implement and get that ROI for them. We're going to deep dive into some of the indexing so people know and exactly what to add and what not to add, and the misconception that included columns is going to duplicate all your data, and all of the stuff, or how they think it's going to slow down your writes, all that kind of stuff. We're going to dive into that and get the understanding. And then we're going to get into some query tuning and what to look for and how to get some fast responses. But I'm going to teach you everything I wish I knew when I was that lone DBA for 12 years, and how I found all that out. So that's my goal. It's 100 level to 200 level is the base point. But last time I gave it, I had some senior DBAs in there that walked away with stuff too, that came back and told me, wow, I wasn't expecting anything. I just wanted to go, and I took things back and made some changes. So, basically for anybody, everybody needs performance tuning, right? Cloud, on-prem, everybody. So that's the goal.
No, that's great. Fantastic. So that's your pre-con session. Do you have another session in the regular?
I do. It's mastering TempDB.
Woohoo!
So
all right.
How to get it configured right, what exactly is in it. So many people have no idea of everything that goes on inside of it, and how your AGs can make a difference, and everything that can touch TempDB, and get an understanding of what exactly that's going on performance-wise, and, a good understanding of it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Most people, well, not most people, some people go, oh, come on, TempDB, you can make a session out of that. But I do recall, I think, was it Bob Dorr that did a 400 level session on TempDB a few years back? Bob Ward.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right. Yeah. Bob Ward. I meant Bob Ward. Yeah.
3 hours long on it. And I've seen it like 6 times. Yeah. And I still go to it and rewatch some stuff, and it still blows my mind. And you can only take it in little segments because it's just like so much. Yeah. So, yeah.
No, I hadn't had the need to go there, but if I ever do need to, I know it's there. But and of course, your session will be recorded, I'm sure, and so it'll be available to attendees that register for the Past Data Community Summit. I need to work. I need to work on that. I'm used to the Past Global Summit. I think they took global out of there at one point too. But So hey, I think I'm also feeling like it's more global now that it's.
It is the fact that it's virtual. You can get a lot more reach and a lot more people. Unfortunately, you still run into the time zone thing. And I wholeheartedly prefer the in-person, because I love to see you guys and get those hugs as we go down the hall and have that breakfast that we talked about.
Yeah,
see all the faces and stuff. I miss it like crazy.
Yeah.
But at least this way we get a little more expansion. It's affordable because it's free, right? Mm-hmm. And more people can actually get involved and get the stuff. I know everybody's like completely fatigued of being in front of their computer, but it's Summit, it's family, it's tradition. So I'll be there.
Exactly. Now, SQL Saturday has also been part of the past portfolio. Have you been to any SQL Saturdays? Knowing the answer, of course.
No, I haven't been to any SQL Saturdays recently.
Okay.
We just started getting there. I know there's SQL Saturdays and there's Data Saturdays. I'm on the board for Data Saturdays, so I'm working with them, as well as support for SQL Saturday. I held SQL Saturday here right before COVID hit, and I'll do one in the future, I'm sure. One of the two, Data Saturday, SQL Saturday, wherever there is. I'll be out there speaking at them as soon as I can really start traveling more safely, and there's more that actually go on. So definitely a big part of my history and a big part of my future still going to be speaking and supporting both of those.
Okay. So thinking back in time, what was your favorite SQL Saturday moment? Do you have any memories of favorite?
Probably giving my very first session. It was survival tips for the lone DBA, and I did it in South Carolina, and it was Spartansburg, and I was scared to death. I was so nervous, and it was my first speaking experience. And of course, you have some friendly faces there, right? You always have some friendly faces when you speak for the first time, your supporters. But I just knew I was going to crash and burn. And it went well. I took off from there and found the love for speaking, but I'll never forget that one, standing up for the first time, and you just nervous, and you just got to find that one person to look them in the eye and kind of have a conversation with. And then it was history, from that point on. It was whatever I could sign up to and get to, I did. So
the first time speaking, I hear you. You've got your pre-con session, you've got your session, you've been a SQL Saturday presenter. Are you involved in any of the local groups for the data community?
I run my local user group.
Oh, okay.
I do in Hampton Roads, Virginia. So we cover the whole south side of Virginia. And so, yeah, I've been running that for about 9 years now.
Okay.
So we are going strong. We haven't missed any since COVID started. So we're not in person. We're still virtual for now. I can't wait to get in person. But yes, we have a very strong group. Membership has been pretty strong and current. Going virtual has allowed me to see a lot more SQL family spaces. We
Okay.
get a lot of people that pop in all over the world right now that come to the meetings. So that's nice to see. And I look forward to that continuing too, even when we go on site. So I'm hoping we can go hybrid
Yeah.
when we first start out and kind of mix and get some more faces in there. So
Fantastic. So you're pretty busy. I mean, you're supporting the
um,
local, you're supporting the SQL Saturdays for regions, and you're going to the wow, and you're working for Denny, and he's throwing all these extra hours at you. Wow.
yeah,
So
I'm all in.
you're all in. Awesome. So what do you do when you're not working on SQL Server stuff? What are some things that you like to
Oh my.
do that are take you away
So
from work?
away from work. I'm a single mom, so my two teenagers take up all of my time. I've got one that just entered college and
Wow.
one that plays volleyball. So all of my time goes to them. So that's
Wow.
basically what I get. I get work, I get my blogging, I get my speaking, which is my away fun mom time. And then I'm shuttling the girls back and forth or doing whatever that makes their life easier. So
Oh, wow.
very busy.
And the one in
Very
college, what is she
busy.
going after? What's her
She
goal at
just
this
went to the
point?
University of Virginia
Okay.
and she wants to be a psychiatrist for special needs kids and their families.
Wow. Oh,
So
very
she's got
rewarding.
a lot of schooling ahead of her, but
Yeah.
very proud.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes,
Excellent.
yep.
And the younger one is you mentioned volleyball. That's her.
She played volleyball and she goes to a STEM academy.
Okay.
So she's my future aerospace engineer. So
Wow.
yeah,
Fantastic.
big dreams. Yeah, can't
Yeah.
wait to see what they do.
Oh, that's
So
great.
yeah,
Well, the most rewarding job is a parent. Yeah.
yes,
Wow. Fantastic.
absolutely. They're growing
Fantastic.
so.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Indeed. Indeed. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and hopefully this will give people a glimpse of what they could look forward to if they attend your pre-con or your regular session during the Past
Thank
Data
you so
Community
much, Scott. It was
Summit.
really great to see you.
Yeah, it's
I
great
mean,
seeing
it's
you.
like makes me smile. I'm like, oh, single family, love it. Okay.
Family, yay! All right. Oh, thanks again.
All right, take care, Scott.
Bye for now.